All right, everybody. So we're going to do this Tesla review, but before we get there, we get a lot of people asking about the new SPX room. If you went over to the X account or my X account, you guys would have saw that I pushed out a tweet today, and I simply, just said, look, and I want to share with everybody so everybody understands. First, I'm overwhelmed by all of your support. I appreciate you guys so much. The SPX room, the webinar, we actually got over 600 signups, and that means a lot to me. I look at it not only as me being able to mentor and show proof of concept to that many people, but we keep growing every day, and I just want to say thank you again. So in 2025, we are profitable. When I say we, I need to be careful because I am profitable, and those who I've asked, some people are not profitable. Most are profitable, but for the alerts that have went out, they have been a total of being profitable. And today we ended the session with 700 to 1500% bangers. And we have a lot of people that are interested in checking out the room. It's worth the money. Listen, we're going to do another short webinar. I'm going to send it out soon so that you can review it and see if it's something that you may be interested in. A couple things I want to go over with you in the room that I think are very, very important. And that is this right here. I want to show you what the room looks like. All right. So the idea when I put this together, I run two rooms at Simpler Trading. One, we have the Trendy Trading room with Melissa and I, and we trade straight up supply and demand. We trade futures, we trade options, we trade long term equity. I trade leap positions. I mean, you name it, we got it. The only thing that I'm not trading is Forex, but again, you can use the Trendy methodology on Forex trading. Okay. The next thing that I want to talk about that really separates us from almost I would say anybody out there, and I mean anybody. I don't know anybody doing this. We trade using API alerts. And if you don't know what that means that MyThinkorswim is connected to this service right here. And as soon as I click buy, that order goes straight to our members in real time, guys. We're talking milliseconds that they get this information. Okay. Now, let me show you a couple perks about it. So, again, up here in the alert section is where you're going to see these trades. The cool thing about them is that they tell you everything you need to know. First of all, the SPX room, we're just talking about the SPX room. It's SPX specific. You're only going to see SPX trades in here. Okay, so you get to see the ticker symbol. For some reason, Thinkorswim has SPXW, it's SPX. You'll know whether I'm buying, closing, trimming, or whatever it may be. It will tell you the order type. It will give you the strikes. It will tell you the expiration. It will tell you whether or not I make some money. And it will tell you the percentage, again, right here. And listen, if you're new to trading, all right, all you have to do is click here and it shows you, it copies to the clipboard and shows you what that trade looks like in your Thinkorswim. So, I mean, we are practically doing everything here just for you so that you can see how I am trading. Then the next thing is right over here in this section, we share two screens every single day. One of them is either a 0 through a 3 DTE, just kind of depends what I have loaded here. I teach that strategy in the video that comes with this service, so you know exactly what to do here. And then I have the chart itself, the SPX chart, to let you know, hey, these are the ranges I expect. So for example, this week, I expected the price to come into demand. We went long from here, and I expect price to end here in the red zone this week. Again, this is supply and demand. Over here, we have the chat window, and this is where all of our traders, and man, do we have some amazing traders. If you don't know about Simpler Trading, I'll tell you, I own my own company, Trendy Trading, and then I was bought out about a year and a half ago. What's really cool about Simpler is I have to say that the traders at Simpler are just on a whole different level than what I was used to. So we have a lot of traders with a lot of experience here. And so the community itself is amazing. It's not just a chat room. We have ambassadors who I have deemed, hey, you are the ambassador of Trendy, who are amazing traders. So not only are you getting to see my trades in real time, but you're also getting to see their ideas, which have been very profitable for me as well. And that includes two of my favorite traders here in the room. They're known as Jasper and CJC, and they're absolutely amazing. For this very small price for an entire year. Or if you want to check out the trial, you can come in here and see for yourself. I'll put it this way. I believe this will be the best service that you will find this year. And if for some reason you're not finding your edge or you want to make it even better this year, make sure you come over and check this out, okay? Let's go ahead and get out of here and let's get to tonight to cover Tesla. All right, Tesla, very, very important. This chart has absolutely been stunning. It's been working, and I hope you've been watching my other videos, and hopefully they have helped you. If you've watched the video and they have helped you, I want to know about it. I want to be your Tesla whisperer because after last year, I absolutely nailed it. And I am a good chartist. That's why I get paid to do what I do, and I get to trade. And again, these are API alerts that go to you as well. Let's go over this chart. Now, if you go back to the last several weeks, you're going to notice that the same levels I gave you are working very, very well, okay? So we're not throwing these levels out. So let's go over what's happened so far. We came up, price hit levels that we were looking for. We got the topping wick. The topping wick tells me there's a lot of selling pressure here. So therefore, bears are basically defending this line in here, okay? Anytime you see a topping wick, I want you to think, uh-oh, if we cannot get above that top of that wick and create a base, then I want you to think sideways to down. Now, when you're thinking sideways to down, you should be looking for demand zones. Don't worry, if you don't know what they are, just come into the Trendy Room. We'll teach you how to get them. You can also look on my YouTube and find out how I identify these zones. So I'm looking down to the left and I find this really nice pocket right here, the structure that I teach you. It's a beautiful inside and up formation. My trendy indicators went ahead and gave me the buy signal, which also brings my attention to understanding that we have a demand zone right around that structure. So again, my buy signal is letting me know where to find that structure. So we wait for price to come down, not only into this demand zone that we talked about over the last couple of weeks, but also this weekly 9 EMA. This is just an exponential moving average. And what I do know is when price comes back to this level, it is a good place to buy, exceptionally well when you have confluence with a demand zone and the 9 EMA. So that's exactly what happened. Prices came back, they held. Price pushed up very nicely, and it probably caught some traders off guard. But really, at the end of the day, if you're just understanding the idea that we're getting the buys from demand and then we're trimming around a core position, or if you have a long term position, then you're just staying chill as long as that demand zone is holding, or at least this 9 EMA. Okay. Now, this week, all right, notice we came right back down into the 9 EMA. But what I like about this and what I look for in demand zones, are we making higher lows from the initial entry? And so far, over the last 3 weeks, we have made higher lows, which tells me that when customers come down, that's what we are, we're participants in the market. When customers come down into or near the demand zone, there's enough demand there for prices to make higher lows. And now, the big thing that we just did today that I think is really awesome is that we actually, so far, and it's only Wednesday, we have 2 more days left, but this weekly candle has made a new pivot high. So it has reached and pushed over last week's high. And if we look very close, it looks like we may or may not have gotten over that 2 weeks over here. Let's just look together really fast. Yeah, it looks like we did. So we got over the last 2 weeks. So we beat both of these, which is a very bullish signal for me. Okay. So far things are looking really good. However, the 431 target that I've given you the last couple weeks is still a target, and I want you to be careful in here. This could be resistance. Now, a lot of this actually has to, for me, depends on how the NASDAQ and the ES futures are going to, again, perform for the rest of the 2 days. And I have to tell you, I am bullish up into about 60.36 on the ES futures to 60.50. All right. So that's what I'm looking for. So just keep those numbers in mind. And if you want to see me cover the ES futures and the NASDAQ futures every single morning, I take live trades. If you want to see how we trade that, please come in and check us out in the Trendy Trading Room. You can also get a trial there as well. But listen, on a trial, I wouldn't even do the trial. I would sign up for the SPX room, 100%. You're going to get a lot of support, and it's definitely worth the money. And I feel it's the best room out there. And I really, really hope to see you in there. If you have any questions, guys, just ask here in the comments. You can also reach out to me on X, where I want to make sure before you follow me that you're following the right person. So let's go over here to my profile. There's a lot of hackers or imposters, as I would like to say. This is me at capital T, lowercase r, the number 3, NDY, capital JON. Make sure I got the blue check mark. Look at the numbers, how many I'm following and so forth. Okay. So again, make sure you follow me. And here is our plan for tomorrow. Okay. Let's go into a smaller time frame, just like this. This is what Trendy calls the ACDC setup. Accelerator, decelerator equals monthly edge. Okay. Now the monthly edge is right below this 471. That's right. So what I'm saying is, as long as price can hold the decelerator, we have a high probability that we're going to see 470. But before we get there, it's very important for you to understand 431 and some change is going to be resistance. And if you want to come up, let's say that we gap up just a little bit over this, we could actually, we're going to do this right now. We're going to take this level and I'm going to come up here and we're going to use this structure here because we need to get over that pivot. All right, let me go ahead and zoom in. See that pivot right there, the high on that inside candle or that candle right there. We're going to come down just a tad. That's going to be your resistance at or around that area tomorrow. If we gap up there, again, don't chase it. I'm hoping that you're already in this trade from down here, or perhaps you bought down here at our last entry, and you're doing really, really well and you're not chasing this, okay? But if for some reason you are chasing or you're thinking about getting in, be careful if we open up here. I believe we get an opportunity for a pullback. That pullback entry would have to be somewhere between 427 and 4 right here, 416. Okay, so pretty wide, but listen, it was up $31. So if it wants to pull back $10 or something like that, again, that's where I'd be looking for the entry. What I'm doing is taking a couple of my trendy edges here, and then I'm coming down into that 9 EMA on a 4-hour chart. Now understand, if we gap up tomorrow into here, this 9 EMA is actually going to stretch a little bit more towards my trendy edges, so this box would be a little bit it would decrease, if you will. Okay, so just look for that 9 EMA, decrease that level, identify it, and again, this would be my entry for tomorrow if I were chasing. If you're already in it, listen, just stay the course, man. Long term, guys, I'm in this trade no matter what. I'm not getting out. I'll be staying in all year. It was just like last year, I promise you. It was the same way. It started out really rough last year, and a lot of traders were like, "Man, why be in this? It's going down so much." And I said, "Listen, we're in a quarterly demand zone. This is what I'm seeing." And we traded around the position, and basically, this is where I bought last year. My hedges, I made 500%, and you can see what happened. We pushed all the way up. It's not easy. It looks like it's easy. This stuff in here was not easy. This was very stressful. But you can see that it played out very, very nicely. Okay. So again, I'm going to show you how to take advantage of this chart going into 2025. I'm not saying it's going to be easy. There are going to be times you're going to be tested. There are going to be times that you're sweating and you don't want to hold and so forth. And that's okay. I'm going to show you the way. I'm going to show you where the best levels are, where the bigger money's sitting. I'm going to identify how to think like the bigger money. And I'm going to take you for a ride. So again, guys, strap in. Get ready for 2025. It's going to be an absolute blast. But remember, follow the big money, not retail, right? Stay out of the news, stay out of the noise, stop following people who don't have any credibility, and follow supply and demand. This is really going to help you guys out, okay? If you have any questions, please reach out to me. Targets into tomorrow, 435, 448, and anything above there is a blessing. Thank you so much. I appreciate you guys, and have an amazing day.